today I'm making a gluten-free banana bread. So let's get started. First of all, for this recipe I'm going to be mixing all the dry ingredients in a bowl. I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of brown rice flour. To that I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of potato flour. Now if you're not worried about using gluten-free flours, just use your all-purpose flour, just 2 cups of all-purpose flour instead of that mixture of those two. Next I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of coconut sugar. You could also use brown sugar or raw sugar. I'm also adding in 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So give this mixture a good stir through to make sure it's all mixed through well and that all the ingredients are well incorporated. So you will also need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 175 degrees Celsius. And I've also lined a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan just with some non-stick parchment paper, but if you use spray, you could lightly spray that as well just so it doesn't stick at the end, but I like to just use non-stick parchment paper. For the next step we're going to add all of our wet ingredients to the dry. So I have 3 small mashed bananas. They were very ripe bananas that I've mashed really well. You could also use 2 larger ones as well. To this I'm adding 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, half a cup of apple puree, and finally I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now give this a light mix through just till the wet and dry ingredients are mixed together. It's always best to mix this by hand just so you don't overwork this mixture and get a very heavy banana bread. You want it nice and light, and if you're using a hand mixer or an electric mixer, it's just going to overwork this too much. So that's just blended together now. It's ready to pour into this lined dish. Spread it out evenly. So if you wanted to, you could even add some raisins to this, or some chocolate chips would be good too. But today it's just a base banana bread. Okay, so this is ready to put in the oven now. So this has been baking for about 45 minutes now, and I've just got a chopstick that I'm going to check the center of this with and just make sure it comes out clean, which it has, so that has cooked through nicely. If you have time, you can always let it just sit there and cool for about 15 minutes or so before you put it out onto a wire rack, but I'm just going to take this out straight away today. Oops. I might just do it with my hands here. Just stick out. If you have a proper wire rack, please use it. So I'm just going to let this sit for about half an hour to an hour just to cool down, and then I'll be slicing it up. So this has actually been cooling for about 2 hours now because I went out and got my son from school. So it's nice and cooled down, it'll be easy to cut, and I did end up transferring it onto a proper wire rack just so it doesn't get any condensation underneath and stay soft. Just allows it to cool down evenly. So I'm going to chop this up now and give it a taste test. Looking good, it's all firm and happy. Oops. Not a very sharp knife today. Okay, yum. This smells really delicious. I'll just chop a little piece off. Yum. It's moist. It's banana-y, it's sweet, it's yum, it's really, really good. I'm going to be having this for afternoon tea. I'll go and get my son to try some of this as well. It is super delicious. Give this a try. It's an awesome gluten-free banana bread. So easy to make. Let me know what you think, how it goes for you. And if you want the printable recipe, I'll have the link below. It will be on my website at cookingwithplants.com. and also join me on Facebook at Cooking with Plants. See you next time.